What's going on, everybody? In today's video, I am going to get into a few do's and don'ts for Facebook ads, what to keep in mind, what to do, what not to do. Let's jump straight into it. Alright guys, let me get this in full screen and let's get started. So, these are the Facebook ads do's and don'ts. So let's go straight into it. So the first do of running your Facebook ads, and again, this applies to whether you're running your Facebook ads for clients or for your own business, whatever it is. If you're running any Facebook ads, these are going to be huge for you. So the first do is you have to choose an objective wisely. I see this, it's a common mistake that I see a lot of people make. They choose an objective for their ad campaigns that isn't exactly lined up with their overall goals. So not all campaign objectives are created equally, meaning you can create a campaign that's tailored towards traffic, getting just a large amount of people to a particular page. You can have a lead generation campaign that's focused solely on generating leads. You can have a campaign for brand awareness. So all these different objectives are, obviously they're all different. So you have to understand, in order to understand which objective you are going to choose for your campaign, you have to understand the purpose or the goal of your overall campaign, right? So before you even go into creating an ad, you have to understand, okay, why are we running this ad? Like, are we trying to sell something? Are we trying to, build a following? Are we trying to just gain some interest? Are we trying to build our brand and have more people just recognize us and know who we are? So you have to understand that before you even think about creating an ad or a campaign. So again, this kind of the last sort of bullet point sort of reiterates all that. You have to base your campaign objective off of your overall goal. So once you understand, okay, you know what, this campaign is, for this campaign, we want to generate leads, right? We want leads coming in. Okay, so it's going to be a lead generation campaign in Facebook. Or, for this, we're going to be running these ads and we're going to be doing this campaign because we want, we want to generate more brand awareness and get more people to know who we are. Okay, so then we pick a campaign. You choose an objective according to that. Does that make sense? So this is super, super important, guys. You have to understand what your goal is of your ads. You can't just run them, just like that and hope for the best. So let's keep going. So number two, clearly, this is a do. You have to clearly define your target audience. Guys, this is one of the most common mistakes I see with people running Facebook ads, again, either for their clients, if they're doing digital marketing, or if they run their own business. You really, really have to understand who your ideal client or your ideal customer is. So for example, if you're a business owner, you really, this is kind of a given. You should know who your ideal, customer is. If let's say you're a chiropractor, on average or typically, what's the kind of client that you get? Now, some business owners and some businesses have a diverse sort of clientele. They have people that are young, old, all types of different things going on. Excuse me. So if that's the case, what you really want to try to do is figure out for the most part, majority wise, who's going to be your ideal, or who is your ideal client or your customer. You have to know that, right? You have to understand your target market. This is essentially the same thing. You have to know who you're going to be going after. Right? Are you going after people in their 20s, who are making $40,000 a year? Or are you going after people in their 50s who are making $200,000 a year? Right? You have to understand who exactly you're going after. And really what you want to do is narrow down your target audience and get as specific as you can until you really find a sweet spot. And you're probably wondering, okay, now how do I find a sweet spot for my ad campaigns? And that leads us into the next do, which is test, test, test. So this is one of the most important parts of running Facebook ads, or honestly any kind of ads, or doing any kind of marketing. Literally any form of marketing, you have to test, test, test everything. With Facebook, which is obviously the topic of discussion for this video, most campaigns, most Facebook ad campaigns are not going to be hits or big winners or big successes right off the bat. You're not most likely, unless you're just either a freaking wizard and you just have some black magic going on with Facebook, or maybe you got lucky, right? Most of the time, your very first campaign is not going to be very successful. Um, and because of that, we have to constantly be testing and tweaking even the slightest aspects of your campaign. So that means, the ad copy, the images, the headlines, the text, the whole thing. You really have to test everything, because what I've seen happen and what I've personally had happen with campaigns I've run for businesses is we would put out one campaign or one, let's say, ad, right? Didn't perform all that well, but we made a super slight tweak to it, like changed a few words in the copy, or we changed like an image that wasn't completely different but just a little different, and all of a sudden the campaign freaking blew up and we just killed it. So the point is, you have to test even the little things, and really what you have to do is test until you find a winning campaign, and once you've got that, then you scale up. Once you found your winning campaign, you scale. But as a heads up, when you start to scale, and this is just sort of like an added tip, don't scale up super fast. Like if, let's say, you're spending $10 a day and you're seeing some solid success, don't all of a sudden jump your daily ad budget to $50 a day. You want to slowly and gradually scale. So this way, let's say in case your campaign, you thought it was doing really well and all of a sudden it just kind of got shaky, you don't end up spending too much money, right? So those are the 3 do's. So let's just kind of recap them. First, you have to choose your objective wisely. Know what the point is of your campaigns or your ads. Like, why are you running them? Clearly define your target audience. Know who you're going after. Who's your ideal client or your ideal customer? Know who you want to get in front of. And 3, test. Once again, just test everything. That's all I can say, guys. Just always be testing everything. So let's get into the don'ts. This is super important. So number 1, don't boost a post. Guys, I see this done too often. Like, it's crazy because it's like one of the cardinal rules in online marketing or digital marketing. Don't boost your post. But even still, I still see digital marketers who are running ads for business owners. I still see them boosting posts, and I'm like, what are you doing, right? Now, I also see business owners doing it. Business owners that I talk to, that I have strategy sessions with, they're like, I tried boosting a few posts. I understand that. They're not, they're running their business. They're not in the business of, of running Facebook ads or doing online marketing. So I cut business owners some slack because they're not they're not nearly as well versed as we are as digital marketers in this space. But if you're a digital marketer and you're still boosting posts for a client, shame on you. You really, you're just throwing money away to Facebook. Boosted posts are super untargeted. You have nowhere near the targeting capabilities as that you do when you actually go into the ads manager and start really getting down and dirty with who you're targeting and who you're going after. And also, you get out what you put in. It takes what? Less than 5 minutes to boost a post, right? So the results you see from boosting a post are going to be, are going to reflect that. So essentially you put out what you get out what you put in. So, and lastly, you won't be able to track as much. When you boost a post, you really can't understand your campaigns down to the tiniest of details as you can when you actually run them from your ads manager account or your Facebook business manager. So the point of this don't boost a post. Just please stop doing it. You are wasting your own money or you're wasting your client's money, and you're just not going to get any positive results. So just use that as a cardinal rule. Don't boost any post ever again. Moving forward. So the second don't is, this is so important. Don't confuse or bombard your customer. Now, what does this mean? When you're running an ad, don't, and I see this happen. The reason why I'm putting this in here is because I see this happen. So, people will make an ad, and they'll give the person seeing the ad like 3 different options or 3 different things that they can get. Like, get a free this when you do that, and da da da. And it's very like, unclear or confusing, or sometimes it can really bombard you, like, okay, so am I getting this, am I getting that? So make it super clear what you're offering in the ad, whether it's a lead magnet, a freebie, some kind of offer, etc., etc. Just, you have to make it super clear, like free this or half off this or whatever it is. Make it so clear so that when somebody sees the ad, they know exactly what they're getting. Keep it simple, stupid, right? Keep your ads simple, guys. Typically, it's funny how it works. Is usually what happens is it's the simple, but it's the simple ads that usually are the most effective, and the most successful, really. So keep your ads super simple. Again, this kind of goes hand in hand with making it clear exactly what you're offering. And lastly, have a clear call to action. Again, this builds off the first 2 points. Make it clear what you want your customer to do, right? So not only are you offering them something, let's say you're offering them, a free strategy session. Let's say you're like a financial advisor, right? Now, how do they get it, right? How does the person seeing the ad, how can they get that free strategy session? You have to tell them. You have to give them a call to action. Click here or fill out this, whatever it is. You have to have a clear call to action. So really what this comes down to, guys, is have a clear offer and have a clear call to action. Boom. Once you have those two, if you do nothing else, your ad will perform pretty well. Moving forward. The last don't is, I see a lot of people do this, a lot of digital marketers. Don't let your campaigns go. Now, what does this mean? A lot of times I'll see people, like, they'll build out the campaign, they'll build out the ads and all that good stuff. And they feel like, you know what? I built it out. We got things started. Sorry, don't mind the noise of the clock. So now I'm just going to kind of let it go. If it performs well, great. If it doesn't, I don't really care. So don't just say screw it. Like, don't just say, okay, now we got everything up and running and I'm just going to let it go, right? And too many people do that. Obviously not everybody, but people still do it, so don't make that mistake. It's only going to make it bad for you. It's going to make it bad for your client, which in turn will make it bad for you, so it's just not good. Daily maintenance is part of managing ad campaigns, so this goes hand in hand with not letting your campaigns go. So you really have to stay on top of them daily. Obviously, you're not going to be like a maniac watching the campaign, all throughout the day. But you do have to. It's strongly recommended that you check in on it just once a day. Obviously, this is not hard. It's not hard to go into the ads manager or the business manager and check up on the campaign and make sure it's doing well. But it is a necessary part of the process. So keep that in mind. And again, tweak and test as you see fit. So everything ties back in to the overall theme here. Don't let your campaigns go. Test and tweak them once you see that, okay, it's not performing as well as it should be or as well as I'd like it to be performing, so I'm going to change this or I'm going to tweak this. So yeah, guys, don't get lazy on it. So let's just sort of recap the don'ts one more time. Again, number one, don't boost a post. Guys, please, I'm begging you, just stop boosting posts. Like, it just shouldn't even be in your in your vocabulary of things. Don't even consider boosting a post, please, especially if you plan on spending any significant amount of money on ads. Number two, don't confuse or bombard your customer. Don't give them too many options. Don't give them different places to go. Just like on a website, when the same way that you want a funnel as opposed to a website, in that you only want one place for a customer to go as opposed to giving them 4 or 5 different options. It's the same thing with an ad. Give them one offer and one call to action or one option for what they can do, and that's it. And your ad campaigns will be successful if you do that. And the last don't, once again, don't let your campaigns go. Don't just say screw it. Stay on top of them. Make sure they are performing well, and the more effort you put into this and the better work you do for your clients, it's only going to get better for you, because first of all, your client's going to be happy, they're going to want to stay with you, and they're going to be more than happy to give you referrals. So this is just, overall, it's worth it in the end and in the long game. Don't look at this as a short-term thing. Play the long game. That's a whole nother, it's a topic for a whole nother video. But yeah, guys, so those are your do's and don'ts for Facebook ads. Obviously, there's a ton more stuff we could potentially get into, but these are just some solid basics to get you started. Now it's time to go out there and create some winning campaigns. So guys, if you have clients, use these do's and don'ts to, and apply them to the campaigns you're currently running. If you don't have clients, keep these in mind so that when you do get a client or when you do get a couple clients, you run your ads correctly and you do a good job for your clients. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Obviously, this video is a little shorter than the other ones, but I just want to get these tips over to you really quickly. So I hope it helped, guys. If you have any questions, as always, do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. And as always, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell, because that will allow you to get a notification every time I release some more content. And I'm going to be coming out with a ton of stuff coming soon. Some more cold call videos, some sales calls, some sales tips, some more just marketing tips and how to be a better marketer, a better digital marketer. So if all that stuff is if those are things you're interested in and you want to see more about, hit that subscribe button, guys. So that is it for today. But bam, I'm out.